Hey, it's me, who else could it be, Falonzo here, and this is how you find a guild in World of Warcraft. Now, the conventional WoW player would tell you, dude, just go to the guild finder tool and, find the guild there. This is absolutely wrong.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
Because the guild finder tool is an horrendous abomination that should not exist and that should have changed years ago, but for whatever godforsaken reason it still exists in its current form. For one, none of the filters works, and it doesn't matter what you search for, you always get either the same results or different results, depending on what you're searching for.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Nope.
For example, I'm now trying to search for a Korean guild, and yet here I am getting a
Polska
guild instead. Now, I don't know about you, but at least with my geocacher skills, I'm pretty certain that both countries do not lie next to each other, or even are the same. Now, it is possible that a
Polska
Dutch guy that speaks Korean and a Korean guy that speaks
Polska
Dutch came together, made a child, and then that child made this guild. However, as such, a ludicrous likability is unlikable. I would rather suggest that the guild searching tool perhaps does not work.
Never before have I been so offended by something I 100% agree with.
On top of that, most guilds that are advertising in a guild searching tool are just doing it for the sake of doing it and don't actually check upon their recruitments whenever someone does apply. On top of all of that, it doesn't actually show you the active members in a given guild. All it shows you is the number of characters in said guild, which means any given guild could have 400 to 500 people in it, yet only 2 or 3 people active, mainly because the guild is dead and it's filled with dead characters. But of course the game doesn't know that, and it just shows you the number of characters in it regardless. Because, Blizzard gotta keep propping up those player numbers, one way or another.
There's 2 keys to success in the
Wow.
business. First of all, I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
And if dead people can vote, well, so can they too in World of Warcraft. Added to all of this ludicrousity is simple reality that most guilds basically do everything. Every raiding guild has a social aspect, every PvP guild has a role-playing aspect, and every mythic guild has a railing, PvP and social aspect, because that's just how the game works, people. That is in fact the collection and definition of a guild, a group of people coming together to do various activities. And added to all of this problem is the fact that you can't actually see how the guild's progressing. How many Mythic Plus runs do they do a week? What is their progress on raid? What are they actually doing in reality? Because again, they say they are a raiding guild, but according to the metrics, they seem very interested in role-playing and reliving the accounts of Jaina and Thrall as they, do their thing. And oh dear lord, it seems I'm now a co-author of a Thrall and Jaina fanfic about screwing around the World of Warcraft. As we ignore all the problems that the world has and instead decide to do mundane things such as looking for our weapons and getting trapped in towers, even though we could literally just teleport out of it or destroy it with our awesome magic powers, because we are literally the most powerful magician in the entire godforsaken planet, but okay. So, as we have established that the Guild Finder 2 does not work, what then do, you young, budding adventurer, filled with hope and aspirations and whatever it is kids these days fill themselves with? Frankly, I do not want to know, thank you. Well, you could be an idiot and just spam in trade chat like, hey, I'm looking for a guild. At which stage you would get 10 people whispering you saying, hey, join my guild, join my guild, join my guild. Because my guild is better than all these other guilds, because reasons. Which is, in fact, the incorrect way to find a guild. Because, as you will find out after joining one of these guilds, 1, they have no idea what's going on, and 2, just invited you to pad up their numbers. And 3, thus meaning that they can go out in trade chat and spam, hey, look, we got so many active members. And no, we're not going to admit that those active members don't actually do a damned thing, and that we, like most other guilds, also spend our nights pugging for our raids, because, welcome to Shadowlands. And please don't even mention PvP or Mythic Plus, we're not that desperate or degenerate. No, if you want to do PvP, just do like everybody else and queue up and complain about your partner being shit on the forums, because, that is the only and true way. Also, don't forget to record your entire experience for your eventual YouTube compilation video, wherein you naturally only show the good bits and neglect the fact that you are, in fact, the most toxic human being that this planet has ever bared witness to. And if you are a Mythic Pluser, shut up. Nobody's a Mythic Pluser. Nobody. You're not real. It's not real. Mythic Plus is not real. It's not a place that exists. It's not something that Blizzard voluntarily created in order to punish the player base with their mundane and insane game design. No. Mythic Plus does not exist. has never existed, will never exist, and neither will 35 anima. So, if the guild finder tool does not work, neither does spamming in the trade chat, what then do you do? Well, you could do what I did, and that is make your own guild, because if you can't join them, make your own guild, and then nobody can join you. That will teach them, those bastards. And that is exactly how things went. I made my own guild and nobody wanted to join. Turns out people don't want to join a guild with nobody in it, and ironically, if all the people that wished me saying that they didn't want to join, joined, we would now have a guild filled with people in it. But okay. Now people would rather spend their nights bugging for every single activity rather than take the risk and join a guild with nobody in it. Even worse, they would rather stay in their guilds which don't do the things that they want to do, than to leave said guild and, join a guild that is doing the thing that they want to do. Because, there's nobody in it. So instead we get this revolving door of people pugging for raids, hating to pug raids, but unwilling to join a new guild. On top of refusing to leave the guild that they're currently in because, fear of missing out, I guess. Though again, I don't necessarily know what you're missing out on, because there's nothing to miss out on, because the guild isn't actually doing anything. But okay. So, if the guild finder tool is spamming in chat and making your own guild doesn't work, then what do you do, my good friend? Well, the final thing and the only thing you really should do is go to the group finder tool, join one of these raid groups or other activity groups, and, well, join a guild that way. As mentioned before, a lot of groups are forced to pug for Castle Master, and as such make it possible for you to join one of these groups and say, hey, I'm seeing that you guys are missing a DPS, tank or a heal. Need any? And that frankly is genuinely the only way that you can really join a guild. Any other method just doesn't work. And that's it. Now, do understand that a lot of these guilds are just bastards filled with bastard filling and are not just there to recruit people. Right, you can message them however much you want, but that doesn't mean that they're going to answer you. On top of that, a lot of these guilds prefer people from their own realm, for reasons of gear and money trading. And on top of all of that, you might have a difficult time to join one of these guilds if you are currently playing a spec or a class that isn't considered meta. Because, being the bottom of all guilds on the entire freaking planet means that they need all the help they can get, and as such, if you're not doing top DPS at the right moment at the right time, and they're not pressing your buttons at the right second at the right time, well, they're gonna get you replaced and bring someone in that can do the thing that they require you to do. And just remember...
It's nothing personal, Jack. It's just good business.
And then finally, and this is a rather strange rule, but for whatever reason it seems to be true nevertheless, most guilds will have a one woman per guild policy. Don't ask me why, how, or what, but this seems to just be the case. So, if you are a woman looking for a guild, please remember that this is also a possibility of you getting denied for an application. Granted, how they find out that you're a woman to begin with, I don't know, I don't care, and frankly, that is you. Because considering the current environment, the current male environment, and the current state of the internet, most women that play World of Warcraft don't speak on Discord anyway, considering the harassment that they get from speaking up, from very strange and disturbing men who for some godforsaken reason think that the second a woman speaks up, that it means it's open season on her, and, well, they can do and say whatever they want because, well, she's asking for it, isn't she? And then altogether creating a hostile environment whereby the only women in the guild will then eventually leave because, well, it is better than to deal with this shit. And as such, create a situation whereby the only time a woman will stay in the guild is either because she is an officer or, in fact, the guild master herself. Or on a more positive note, in a guild wherein she has been for the past 10 years and as such has made friends along the way. In any case, if none of that works, well, there are a few options left. For one, you could be an absolute degenerate and go to the internet and go to things such as Reddit or the WoW forums or whatever and look for a guild there. What sort of absolute degenerate would do that sort of thing? Surely you're not that desperate, are you? But if you are, those options are available to you. Other than that, there's also the final option. Simply don't join a guild at all. You don't need to. Considering the current state of the game and in the way that Blizzard has assigned it, you can literally do everything in the game without ever joining a guild. If Blizzard wanted you to join a guild, surely they would have created and put in place systems that allowed you to join a guild and get benefits from joining a guild. But no, instead they created the group finder tool and as such created a system whereby everybody and anybody can just do anything and never actually need to join a guild at all. Even better, you can join a guild and never do anything with your guild to begin with and just pug everything anyway. Because, And that's it. Thanks for watching. See you never and ever.